This morning I brought flowers to my girlfriend's mother.
Mm.
What do you think about that?
Corny.
Yeah, it was her birthday. It was her birthday. It was a special
Doesn't matter.
occasion.
She didn't deserve them.
What's her max bench, bro? Come on.
Hers?
Yeah.
405.
405.
It's respectable.
Oh my gosh. What are you pushing?
I don't even know my 1 rep max. I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah.
I want to hit 315 soon. That's a goal, but
Yeah.
I don't even know my 1 rep max on the flat.
That's awesome.
Oh,
You do like 8
rep.
rep. I see you post like 8 rep maxes when you're like in the gym, or like 10
Three.
reps.
I do like 3 5 rep maxes.
Okay.
But that just depends on the lift.
Yeah. It's like better for hypertrophy rather than like just straight up
Yeah, like
strength, lose it in a couple days if you don't,
like
you know.
what I'll do is I'll take squat, bench, or deadlift. I'll usually do 3 or 5 rep maxes, but it's usually 3 sets of 5, and then that's on intensity days. But volume days is 5 by 5. Other than that,
5x5s are deadly. Have you ever done like what was it, German body composition training? It's like 10 by 10 full body workouts. Like,
I ain't never done that, and the only thing I've done close to that is like 6 sets of 6 or 10 sets of 3. Don't be doing no 10 sets of 10 if you're a rookie, okay? So first of all, yeah, if you're doing 10 sets of 10, you also have to make sure that your intensity and your volume is spaced out throughout the entire week, and you have to make sure your rest and recovery is A1, because if you're doing that, then you're just going to pretty much blow yourself out, especially if you're not using the right percentages. Like usually if you're doing 10 sets of 10, you want to use like 40-50% of your 1 rep max.
Is there an exact equation to this shit?
There's some.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some. I mean, like, let's say this. If I'm doing, let's say, a 3 by 5, 3 sets of 5, usually that's going to be around 80% of my 1 rep max. So let's just say, for instance, if your 1 rep max is 200 pounds, we're just going to say it's 180. Right. 175 pounds, that's what you're going to use, and then you'll do 3 sets of 5 with that. But, yeah, I mean, it can get pretty meticulous. Okay. But that's why I only work out 4 days a week, is so I can go through intensity days and volume days, cycle through it, and my recovery is always A1. Because if you work out 6 days a week and you're trying to push for strength every single time, you'll blow yourself out. Right. But there are people that do like Bulgarian training styles that they're maxing out every day, but it's about 90% every day, and they'll switch the lifts so they don't plateau. But
do you notice like your hormones kind of change on days off rather than days on?
Yeah,
like
I mean,
mood, hormones.
I feel lazier when I do. Yeah. If I'm strength training, I feel energized. But if I'm just have cardio like today, I feel kind of like lazy, kind of like sluggish in a way.
Lackadaisical.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless if I'm doing my MMA training, you see me do my takedowns in the grass or some of my boxing, shadow boxing.
So say you went to UFC 261. Masworth versus Uzman.
Yeah, so I went up to St. Augustine with my brother Saturday morning.
That place is haunted. St. Augustine.
Yeah, no, they do like haunted trolleys and whatnot. It's pretty funny. It's hokey, but there's probably some truth to it. There's a lot of graveyards there. I mean, that's like one of the, I think that is the oldest city in America. Yeah. Known as the oldest city. So yeah. We got there.
You were out there with your brother?
Yeah, we got there, and it was actually a last-minute plan because my dad was texting my brother and I. He was like, yeah, I know the fights are coming up, and my brother said, yeah, tickets are only like $300, nosebleeds. And then my dad, because my dad doesn't like going to live events like that. He likes staying at his house. He likes reclining back and sitting in his chair
Enjoy the night.
From like 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. watching all the fights.
Sounds like a good dad.
Yeah, and I get him because if you get a nosebleed seats, usually you'd be like, you can't see the fighters as well. But when we bought the tickets, I was pleasantly surprised because when we got there, the seats were actually great. It fits 15,000 fans, the arena. So I got to see the octagon clearly. Right. I mean, I got to see every single like sweat dripping off them and everything. It wasn't that bad, but
it's an important UFC event to be at because it's the first in-person. Like large event since before quarantine. Before
COVID, yeah. So, I mean, that's a year and a half of not having full capacity. So when we got there, so I'll back it up a bit. When we first got there in Jacksonville, we were looking around to find parking. We got parking. And Jacksonville is a pretty scummy area. It's flat.
Is it really?
It's flat out scummy.
What I've noticed is like near these big venues like the Amway Center in Orlando, and it's always like really, really
kind of weird,
like dangerous
sketch a bit.
right around that area.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's cheap land and that's why they pit it there. I don't know.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't have the event over there in Amway.
But you guys ended up finding parking in the scummy place?
Yeah, no,
what?
we got parking right off the bat, but we had to
Okay.
spend the first hour and a half at this really dungy, grungy looking bar. It was like, it was a classic guy. It's a guy, okay, he was running a bar, but he looked like he was straight out of the 80s. He had long hair. He was talking like, dude and bro, I used to play the Ninja Turtles game on this arcade. Like, he was the classic guy who would own a comic book shop. That's the perfect example of him.
Gotcha.
Pothead guy who owns a comic shop. Because he had all these ancient type of games from back in the 80s and 90s.
Right.
So we were there, and he was like, you want a drink? And I was like, nah, I'm cool. I don't want it. Just give me a bottle. Just give me a bottle of water. Yeah, there's cats coming in from all sorts of town. They just flocked in there, and you can just see the people looked a little rough.
Gotcha.
And those are going to be my neighbors at the arena. So I had to get close with them. I had to get to know them. So when we got to the stadium, it was like from 4 to 12:30. Mm-hmm. We're watching the prelims, and I mean, even before the fights even start, there's fights breaking out in the crowd. There's people that are there's people who are already pissed drunk. There's guys who are tossing fists by the bathroom, and we're like, yo, what's going on? So we walk out. Yeah, and it was like, it's like, all right, whatever. We heard like a scuffle, and it was probably at like 6 right now. And when we're up in the nosebleeds, there's these curtains behind us, and we hear a bunch of people saying, hey, quit it, knock it out. Mm-hmm. And you turn around, you just see all the curtains like getting jumbled up and whatnot. So we go around, and there's these guys who are obviously, they're pissed drunk. They're trying to throw down. Then they go in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. They get separated by the guards. I come back down to the stage to my seats, and I turn around, and there's this guy in a wheelchair, and he's just at the top of the stairs. And I was like, okay, in the wheelchair. I didn't really mind it, and I was just like looking at the fights. And then I take another look, and I was like, this guy's dead asleep. And he was blocking the entire entrance, and people were getting pissed at this guy. They're like, oh, I swear, if this guy blocks my way, I'm gonna dot him in the eye.
A guy in a wheelchair?
Yeah, a guy in a wheelchair. Like, they're gonna come for anybody. They didn't care, bro. The UFC fans roll deep. They're like,
right.
Dot him in the eye. But when the event started, more and more people started coming in. And as I looked down at the crowd, I was like, that dude has like blonde hair, he has glasses, and people were saying, F Jake Paul, F Jake Paul.
Oh, yeah, the chants.
So when I was like looking down, I saw Jake Paul, and I was like, "Oh, Dad, give me your phone. Hold up, let me just zoom up." And I was like, "Dad, that is Jake Paul."
Yeah.
Antonio Brown was there, Tom Brady was there, Machine Gun Kelly was there, Megan Fox was there.
People,
yeah. I saw, and I got to see all of them walk out. And on top of that, there was not only the celebrities, but there was other fighters that I watched, like Colby Covington was there, Justin Gaethje, Francis Ngannou, heavyweight champ. So yeah, there was a ton of people there. The event was crazy.
Who's Francis supposed to fight? John?
He was going to be scheduled to verse John Jones. Heavyweight for the heavyweight belt, but
what's going on with that?
Jones wanted $30 million. He's a great fighter.
Right.
He just doesn't pull in big numbers like that. I mean, if it was Conor asking for that, and Conor's going up, and let's say he was at the height of his career, that would make sense. I mean, Jones is a great fighter, but I don't know.
Do you like that mix? Do you like that it's partially a business and partially actual MMA? Like it's the best of the best in the world, but there's also a business side of things when it comes to salary, viewership, which makes sense. You pull in more viewers.
It sucks because like if you're a great fighter, I mean, it's actually perfectly fair, because if you're just not entertaining, you suck. Then whatever. If you're entertaining, and let's say you're a 50-50 fighter, kind of like Jorge Masworth, but you're entertaining at the end of the day, okay, you're going to pull in more fans. Like, I think George and Kamara Uzman sold more pay-per-views with their 1.4 than Jones ever had in a UFC fight. Like, their first matchup sold more pay-per-views than Jones has ever had in a match.
Whose matchup? Who was it again?
Kamara Uzman versus Jorge Masvidal. Their first matchup sold like 1.4 million, which is more than what Jones has ever pulled in for a single match versus any one of them.
Which is crazy when you talk about Jones' legacy.
Yeah, I mean,
as a fighter,
he's greatest of all time, but I mean, it kind of got tainted by
the drug usage.
Yeah, steroids, and then hitting a pregnant lady. You know,
man. Wait.
God, stuff like that. Cocaine. He's a great fighter, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great
Why
fighter.
did he hit a pregnant lady?
He didn't like it. Was I mean, I guess I don't know.
Did she hit him first?
It wasn't. No. It was like this. It was like it wasn't like punching. It was a hit and run. He was driving, crashed into her. She was pregnant, and then he fled the scene. So
you have so much money, man.
Kind of worse. I don't know. I don't know why he did it.
Crazy
and guess what? No one cared. They were just like, okay, that happened. Jones is an idiot.
Right.
Wins his next fight.
Well, when you get paid to think about the Neanderthal side of the sport, like you are in a cage.
It's the most exciting.
Die or kill. You know, like.
Are you saying the danger of it?
Are they so sane? Are these people sane? You know, these fighters. I mean, you have to have a crazy like.
Yeah, I mean, not most UFC fighters who are perfectly fine. They don't suffer from the Neanderthal syndrome. I mean, there are people that suffer from CTE, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's huge, man.
Nate Diaz or Justin Gaethje, some people who suffer from it. Some people have it worse than others.
Well, I know Nate Diaz just loves to get in slugfest. He likes to stand up and be like,
yeah.
I love when the fighters are just like, come on, let's make this
those are the crowd pleasers, and like people like them have more fans than John Jones. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Even though they're not nearly as great as Jones, it's just how it goes.
I think there's a technical side of the sport, like undefeated. But Jones has one loss because of a disqualification or something.
That doesn't necessarily count.
Yeah. So people still say he's undefeated, but like there's technical fighters, like somebody like Floyd Mayweather in boxing. Mm-hmm. Everybody hates Floyd, but he always wins.
I hate Floyd.
He's super defensive, but he
plays the
boxing
dude is such
game.
He's like, if I had to choose between boxing and MMA, I'd always be MMA 1000%. Like just off watching, but also like if I had a choice to what career path, I'd always do MMA. I just can't wrap my head around boxing. It's just too what do you say? Too
it's like
one-dimensional. It's just too it's just too one-dimensional. Like it's not necessarily an actual fight. Yeah. It's not a fight.
Exactly. I call it like a gentleman's sport because you get knocked down once.
Yeah.
They give you 10 seconds. Like, hey, you all right? Can you go? You know what I'm saying? It's like
there's no I knock you down and then hammer fist.
Yeah,
there's none of that. The MMA is way more exciting, but you also have to. If I was like going to show anybody any MMA, you also have to show them the right fights. You don't show them a wrestler off the bat if they don't like wrestling, because then they're just going to say, "Oh, this is boring." Dude, there's so many people at Buffalo Wild Wings. Like there's these old guys. I was watching Tony Ferguson versus Donald Cerrone a couple years back, and these guys were like, "Oh, this fight's boring." It was easily one of the most entertaining of the night. They're like, "Oh, this is boring. I love boxing better," but it's because people are so stuck in the way.
Game? Was that?
No, it was actually fists were flying on that one. It's just usually old guys are just pretty stuck in their ways.
Yeah, if you don't fight, like I try to like keep my perspective, because I'm not like a fighter. I don't know any mixed martial art. I'm not like, I like to box sometimes for cardio, but it's nothing like that. Like
whatever you see, if it's exciting, it's exciting.
Yeah. So. Like, don't hate on these guys' skills and attributes if you have no idea what the vocab is. Like that's just...
Talking about boxing, I think it's official now that Logan is versus Mayweather.
I think Logan can catch Floyd.
Dude, if he did, if he did, I highly doubt it because Floyd is the best defensive boxer of all time. But if he did, that would be so. I'd have to come back for a third time. It'd have to be trilogy for this. Yeah. It'd have to be trilogy. That'd be so crazy.
It almost looks like a video game fight because Logan Paul's so like 6'3" and so large, and then Floyd is such a small guy. Them like, standing next to each other is like a troll versus like a giant.
I can guarantee you. Floyd is probably gonna come off one of his weakest camps ever. He's just gonna be going to Burger King.
It's a prize fight.
And then he'll be like, all right,
Burger King.
let me take this guy just 10 rounds. I mean, he's that good, but it's.
Are they fighting 10 rounds or what are they doing? Do you know?
I don't know if it's 10 rounds. It probably would be 8. I'd probably suspect it's 8, but they're fighting in Miami, so you might want to go head up there. You might want to go head up there. Yeah.
Oh man,
that'd be cool though.
So to go back to UFC 261, first in-person fight or an event since before quarantine.
Yeah,
you were there. You wanted Jorge Masvidal to win. Is it George or Jorge?
Jorge, if you're Spanish, George, if you're just a bro.
Who did you have, American. George or Uzman?
I didn't really care who won as long as the winner versus Colby Covington.
Yeah.
So I only cared about that.
Okay.
Dude, seeing it live, I did not expect Uzman to knock out George with that for I don't know, that violently. I'll just say.
Well, Masvidal put his hands down to kind of didn't he?
He was trying to
him low to kind of like.
Yeah, he was keeping him low just because their first matchup, Uzman was going for a lot of takedowns, a lot of ground game. So he kind of got caught off guard. He was gonna have his hands down, but Uzman faked a shot, just did a 1-2. Knocked him out cold. I mean, you couldn't imagine, dude. The crowd reaction was crazy.
I don't think people realize is that anybody can get caught in a fight.
Yeah.
Like, you can get caught. Like, if you don't see a punch coming, like...
No, I'll see it coming.
Yeah?
No, I'm kidding.
I'm sitting very close to you. I'm kind of nervous.
I'll see it coming.
Yeah. RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Random guy.
Yeah, it can happen to anybody, but I'll tell you what, dude. When George got knocked out, I can see the fans' faces, and he let all of Florida down.
He did.
He let all of Florida down, bro. Yeah. He let all the Cubans down. He let Angel down. He let Jacksonville down. He let Miami down. He let Coffee con Leche down. He let a lot of people down. But it doesn't matter because he's a great fighter. I loved watching him, and he'll come back and he'll probably win.
What was tragic was Chris Weidman.
Yeah, dude. No, I'm telling you,
once again,
seeing that live. I mean, you heard the shin. It was weird. It was weird because when they're fighting, the fans aren't really saying anything, unless if someone lands a big punch, they're like, "Oh, that's crazy." Oh, yada yada.
Right.
Oh, F. They're screaming. But when they were fighting, there was like kind of a silence still. And then Chris Weidman tried kicking his shin, and you heard the snap of a leg. Whether it was like flesh hitting flesh or whatnot, I don't know. But yeah, no, that was abysmal, dude. Yeah, dude. Man. This right here.
This video.
I couldn't have.
This looks like horrible quality, but we'll rock.
No, we're gonna roll with that. You get the gist.
Well, what's horrible is it went full circle because Anderson Silva
did that to
the
Weidman.
Same sort of kick broke his leg on Weidman. Chris Weidman.
Oh, you couldn't imagine just doing the slap.
Oh! You just hate to see this.
Dude, my balls felt so weak after that.
That is not good. I think the worst part was when he came back on it because Anderson Silva,
dude. When you step back on it and it bends right there.
Ooh! That adrenaline. Do you think he was in? Of course, he was in pain. But you know when you have that adrenaline, especially in a fight,
it's almost like something horrible happened. I'd be like, I'm just not even gonna look at it, and this probably hurts like hell. But dude, once again. Yeah, that's one of the worst UFC injuries. It was so weird because that's the first UFC event that I ever got to see, and so much crap happened. Like
Daniel Cormier calling out Jake
Paul.
I
recorded that on my dad's phone. I recorded on my dad's phone. I saw
Sell
Daniel
it to Sports Center.
Yeah, it wasn't. It ain't top quality like that. it ain't. No, it was it was like from when I'm up in the mountains and I'm seeing right here. But yeah, when I saw Daniel Cormier kind of strutting over like this, I was like, "Dad, give me your phone," and I was recording it, so it was cool. You kind of got to see some of those moments,
right?
Kind of those quote unquote legendary live moments,
right?
Yeah, man. If I give it to Jake Paul though. I give it to Jake Paul. He's a great boxer. He would never do MMA. He never would, which is smart because he shouldn't. Right. He should just.
Some people get in late, bro.
Huh?
Some people get in when like they're 35, 38.
Yeah. No, there's plenty of people. For it's a little bit more normal boxing just because you only have to worry about boxing. You don't have to worry about wrestling or jiu-jitsu or taekwondo, all these other facets, kickboxing, boxing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did great. He knocked out Ben Askren, silly.
Yeah.
And he made his million.
All for that, man.
He looked they're swaying in at 190. Ben usually fights at 170, which is welterweight. So
he was out of shape.
He was out of shape. He was out of his mind, and he needed to get the hell out of the world after that. I can guarantee you, he let down the entire MMA community on that one. You know, George. It was a letdown for Florida because he's a Florida guy, 305, right?
He'll be back.
He'll be way more back. No, he'll be way more back.
Okay.
For sure. No, he'll be back for sure. He should actually fight Nick Diaz. Nate Diaz's brother.
That'd be a great.
Just because just because George fought Nate Diaz, he beat Nate Diaz for the BMF belt, and then he should verse Nate Diaz's brother, Nick Diaz, to say, hey, I beat your little brother. Come back here. Let's see if you can get it. That's just kind of a perfect matchup for him, for sure. For Ben Askren, it's really hard. I asked my sister a question. I was like, if you had a husband like Ben Askren, I don't know why, if your husband was Ben Askren and Ben Askren got knocked out silly in 4 seconds by a flying knee, how would you feel? And she's like, oh my gosh, I'd feel bad for him. I was like, okay. Aww. But he gets knocked out silly by Jake Paul now. That's two fights back to back that you're an absolute meme. Yeah. Like, would you even be attracted to him at that point? She kind of made a face. She's like,
I would DM Jake Paul.
I would just say to him, just like quit fighting. Seriously though, like if that happened to you,
he puts on this persona that he doesn't care.
But he does.
But
I can guarantee
an ex-Olympian, one of the best wrestlers in the world, like, you care. That training, like, that's just not gifted to you.
I can guarantee you. Yeah, he got paid $1 million. There's no way you don't care.
Yeah.
Okay? You're getting made fun of left and right by 12-year-old boys for the rest of your life.
Right.
And grown men now.
I remember, I think that was a great stoppage after Jake Paul.
Yeah, dude.
He got fumbling forward. Bro. It would have been bad. Jake Paul was biting on it too. Remember, the ref was like, back up, like he's not ready yet.
I'd tell you what, it was a totally fine stoppage. I mean, Ben Askren got knocked on his candy. He looked like an old toad knocked off his lily pad, bro. He just fell. He was done.
That shows us that Jake Paul has real power, because watching Ben Askren take a beating in all these UFC fights, and what was the fight where he ended up, who was it?
Fought Robbie Lawler is probably what you're talking about. Yeah.
He was losing the entire time, getting the ass cheeks.
Yeah, stretched. Yeah. Right. Okay, he was versing. It doesn't make sense. Robbie Lawler, I mean, he's on the tail end of his career for sure, but if you can take shots from Robbie Lawler, how do you not from Jake Paul? But
right.
It's boxing, so
padded gloves.
I don't know. Like, when it's boxing, it's not like you can go for a takedown or grapple. I was going to laugh at the fact because Ben Askren was like, I don't know. I could go for a double leg. Who's going to stop me? And I was like, do it, bro, please. I was like, go for a double leg. Do something, man. But, yeah, Jake Paul will probably verse another MMA fighter with zero striking. And I'll probably just say it now. Probably going to be Dylan Dennis. If not Dylan Dennis, who has zero striking, he'll just try to reach for a mega superstar.
Right.
Who might have decent striking, but
he's reaching for Conor, who is the superstar of the sport.
The Conor dude.
He's a god striker. He's crazy at striking.
Conor may weigh 20 pounds less, but that doesn't mean anything. Right. I mean, we'll see what happens with Logan Paul and Floyd. Floyd's like the best defensive boxer of all time, so we'll see what happens with that. We don't have to see what happens. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen right now. Logan Paul will probably get gassed out.
Yeah.
And I doubt Floyd would win by like a TKO, but
I was going to say,
if he does win by a TKO, it's just going to be by a flurry of punches by the 9th round, if it has 10 rounds.
Well, people say he has no vice other than training, so people think Floyd's like retired and not really working out. He works out every day. It's all he does. That's what I've heard is reported.
You can see on his Instagram, I mean, he's in good shape. His hair's grown back. God knows how. He's been bald for years.
He had a fake beard or something like that.
I don't know if the beard was fake, but I mean, he's never had hair in his life. He's never. And if he has, it was growing out weird. So he definitely had some procedure done, but God bless the man. His hair's grown back. His record's about to get padded. Would that actually just be an exhibition? Yeah, it would be exhibition. Yeah. It wouldn't be professional.
But a loss is a loss if he loses,
Yeah, no one's going to be like, oh, it doesn't count. It does count.
Yeah, they'd be like, he lost to Logan Paul.
If we could just toy with the fact, if Logan Paul does knock Floyd Mayweather out silly, bro, that's...
Say something on the podcast so I can say the date. And then, what's your real prediction? Say your prediction.
Nah, my prediction is Floyd's going to win.
Okay.
If it goes 10 rounds, he's going to win in the 9th round, probably by TKO. Just a flurry of punches, gas him out. Yep. Even though he weighs like 100 pounds less.
For the views, Logan Paul is going to knock out Floyd Mayweather.
Dude, if he catches
just so I can clip it, just in case.
Dude, Logan just needs to come out swinging at that point.
Yeah. He needs to get him early, but that's a legend. I'm having a hard time separating good boxers from great boxers, kind of because of like Jake Paul hasn't boxed a real boxer yet.
No, he
They
hasn't
needed
at
to
all.
box a real professional boxer.
Like
you know?
he versed Ben Askren, but I'm telling you, Ben Askren was cut from the UFC after his last fight in the UFC. Like he wasn't with them. He has some of the worst striking I've ever seen. I've said that on the last podcast.
Right.
Ever.
Well, it looks like he's going because with boxers, you know how they have this. It's not like UFC where you instantly, if you're good, you start fighting the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing,
they just build
these
up.
dudes.
You could have a 30-0 record. Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like Jake Paul is fighting YouTubers, fighting a basketball athlete.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise. Then fighting an athlete that doesn't do striking at all. That is a fighter.
I don't know what he does.
It's like he's building it up almost.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. If I was Jake Paul, I'd do that. I'd be calling out Tom Cruise, Gordon Ramsay.
All people.
Let me get a guy who, let's see, Justin Bieber.
Oh,
body
man,
bag
I would
him.
love to see JB like actually train boxing.
Nah, he would get smoked by Jake Paul.
With Jake Paul.
Guy Ferrari.
Justin Bieber versus Sway Lee. Let's see that.
Or Chris Brown, Jake Paul. Boom.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
Chris Brown's got that.
Maybe that.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, no, he might be swinging.
Poor Rihanna.
I don't know. I'd definitely be calling out. I'd be calling out like just weird people like Bernie Sanders, Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, not Bernie. Come on, man.
No, Bernie for sure. He's on my hit list.
Knockouts for everyone.
He's number one on my hit list, bro.
Pete Davidson. A lot of people were mad at Pete Davidson for making a mockery of the Triller event because he was. I like the jokes, the slide jokes. I think that's hilarious, especially to make light of it. Mm-hmm. But there was moments where he's like, "Man, this is a fucking foolish event. Like, non-fighters, like this is stupid. Like, just straight up, like, yeah, nobody likes Jake Paul." He was like, straight up, he was friendly with Jake Paul in his locker room.
Yeah, I saw that.
He went to Ben Askren's locker room, and he was instantly like, "No, I fucking hate Jake Paul. Like, who likes Jake Paul? He's like, he's the worst. He's like the scumbag on earth. He's like, he's the worst person ever."
Oh my!
I'm like, damn, bro. Like,
I did see that part.
There's jokes, and then there's like, okay, bro. Like, this is just a complete mockery.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
If
especially
we're looking
at his event, and Jake Paul put a word in to have Pete Davidson host. Like he was the one that was like, "Hey, let's have Pete Davidson do it. It would be good."
Well, let's put it this way. There's a lack of professionalism because there's no professional person there. Like you have Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is such a pinhead, bro. I'll be the first to say it, man. He's smoking blunts with Oscar De La Hoya talking about this. He doesn't know any fighting. He's just a casual guy who knows zero about fighting. Mm-hmm. The guy's a total moron. You have him, Pete Davidson. So honestly, I don't care.
It's not Joe Rogan and
it's not John Anik. It's not people who know what they're talking about. To be honest, just for entertainment wise, it's perfectly fine. Just gather the most pinheads you can get in a room and call them the broadcasters. So Oscar De La Hoya, Snoop Dogg. Oscar knows what he's talking about though. Oscar does.
Yeah, they had like 5 or 6 guys up there.
Yeah.
5 people. I'm like, how are they even organizing this? Like, how are they not talking?
Mario Lopez. Come on. Come on, dude. So, but it didn't matter because it was a Triller event. The one thing I'm going to complain, Triller sucks because they had like hours worth of concerts I did not want to see.
Yeah.
Get that crap out of here, bro.
Maybe one.
I don't care. I illegally streamed it. No. I don't care, dude.
I'm going to have to cut that out.
No. I'm just kidding. I don't care. Like, listen, Justin Bieber's cool. Whatever. I mean, they got Doja Cat. I don't know all the other.
You see, Justin Bieber almost left the stage early.
Did he?
I think he forgot he had a last song. He's like, "Guys, thanks for having me out." He's like, "Yeah, like hell yeah!" And he was walking off, and then he was like, "Oh," I could hear him go like, "Oh," and turn back because the music started, and he's like,
"Just kidding."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
like
fireworks start going. He's like, "Oh, thank God."
To be honest. There was way too many performances.
Right.
That was just getting mad annoying.
They did it between every fight, didn't they?
Yeah, but they would last like 30, 40 minutes.
Right.
So that's just getting ridiculous at a point. They were doing like slap boxing competitions, like funny stuff like that. That's fine because I get it. It's all for the entertainment. It's pretty much for casual fans.
Right.
The whole event.
I think that's what Triller is doing is trying to separate like they were hosted by DAZN originally, or DAZN. I think that's how they pronounce it. Which is the true boxing fans, you know, and I think they understood, like, let's go with Triller, create our own little fight club. That's what they named it, Triller Fight Club.
No, it makes sense.
Let's keep it separate so we're not disrespecting. That's probably not their intent, but that's how I'm gonna try to take it.
No, I get it. It's not professional.
Like, what would you think if UFC hosted Logan Paul versus?
Heck. No.
You know what I'm saying? You're like,
dude,
what?
So many UFC fans.
You gotta earn that. You gotta go through Bellator. You gotta, whatever.
Oh yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to go up in the ranks.
Yeah. Before you can get a bag from UFC.
Yeah, like there was so many UFC fans in attendance at the arena that hated Jake Paul. I mean, I was hearing a bunch of crazy stuff,
which I think he feasts on. That's his viewership.
Wishing him diseases and early death. And, yeah, there was.
I hope you get syphilis in your booty hole.
No, there was people who were serious though. Damn, you could kind of see the guys who were like, "Oh, F Jake Paul, ha, right." And then there was just guys like kind of getting into it, like, "Oh, take it easy, bro." Yeah, I mean,
it's not that deep.
If I was Jake Paul though, I mean, he's doing it all. He makes vlogs, music, boxing, money.
No, I respect these people are successful, man. Mm-hmm. They're successful, and
people used to hate Logan. Now it's just Jake.
Yeah. And Jake has this unlikable thing about him where, to me, he lacks humility. He lacks.
I think it's just
perspective.
Whether that he tries to do that or not. Yeah.
He's been doing that since he started this YouTube thing. Because I remember when I was a young kid, I was watching like Team 10. I'd just view it.
Oh really?
I wasn't a.
Yeah.
I watched the shit, so I was a fan.
That's
I guess.
Cool, dude.
Yeah, I was a fan.
Right.
I guess. I wasn't like I want to be like them, but like he's always been this kind of. I don't know if I like him. Kind of vibe,
Okay. I never watched him. I didn't know if he plays it up just for the videos or anything. Cause
I think Logan has good content. If he posts a YouTube video, and if I read the title and I like the title, I'll watch it in its entirety. I enjoy it.
I get you. I mean, Logan's changed a bit though. I'll give him that. He
grew up.
He seems a little bit more grown up, so he's definitely more bearable. If he was at an event, it'd be kind of interesting to see how he'd be treated by the fans. I
don't think a fuck Logan Paul chant would happen.
I don't know. No.
Maybe at a boxing event.
I don't know.
People hate Mayweather. That's the thing. So
yeah.
Logan Paul brought this up. He's like, every fight I've been in, I've been the most hated person. It's 2 boxing matches, I guess.
So Floyd probably would be at that point.
He was saying now everybody hates Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm like the good guy to some people.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, and then there's also going to be the guys who hate Floyd or be like, you know what? This pansy's trying to take over boxing. I don't care how much I hate Floyd. I want to see this YouTuber get knocked out. Yeah. Dude, I got to bring it up. I'm surprised that Logan has had like the same haircut for how many years? 5, 6? The dude just keeps the swoop. It's like...
Yeah. Well, you see what he's doing in the back now, though. He's doing the mullet. He's shaving the sides right here and leaving it in the back. He's doing a mullet. He's like, I just think... Nice. I heard him say on one of his podcasts,
finally changing it up.
I just want to be the guy that knocks out Floyd Mayweather with a mullet. And I'm like, I guess that's a weird
He would look so weird. He would look so weird with short hair, though.
Yeah.
Logan, he would look so weird.
How do you like the short hair? You rock a little buzz.
Yeah, no, I love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
Do you even use shampoo?
My hair looks so weird. Yeah, dude. Head and shoulders.
Use body wash. I just stir it.
Nah, I'm not like that.
One bottle for everything.
Head and shoulders. You know what I mean?
Knees and toes.
Maybe conditioner once a week.
Really?
Yeah. Even though I barely have hair.
This much?
it's to keep moisture in the cranium, dude. Come on.
Dude. Okay.
But yeah, no, I used to have longer hair. And Angel was like, dude, you should keep the longer hair. It makes you look like a surfer. I was like, nah. I look so lame. It's like,
you have the head shape.
No, I have the perfect watermelon.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go with like a buzz, maybe a little bit longer on the top than how you have it.
Nah.
But I'm like, bro,
you'll keep it that short. I'll make you.
Heard? Jeez. Okay.
But
you like the studio?
Huh?
Do you like the studio?
No, the studio's sick. I love the sign of it. I love the sign, the monitor, everything.
This came in last night.
We might have to check your search history on the monitor. I don't know what we got here.
I clear that every single day.
That would actually be kind of a good segment if someone came up here and said, all right, I control your computer. Let's go through what you're looking at. No, but the whole place looks great.
Clean. Thank you, bro.
The whole place looks great, dude.
I tried to create like an environment where it's like thoughts can bounce, Like I don't know if you see over there, it's not on the cameras, but
no, I get
a little lavender aroma. I
Yeah.
have a little essential oil thing going.
Yes, dude. The essential oils are great. I love those, dude. Peppermint all day.
Was UFC 261 the first event you've gone to?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the first one.
Will you go again?
Yeah, for sure. I said to my dad it'd be sick to go to a Conor fight, and he was like, yeah, you know what?
For sure.
I think that would be too. So we'll see.
To go to a Conor fight, I mean, what's next for Conor now that he lost to Poirier?
Poirier.
Okay.
Yeah. Poirier. So he's rematching Poirier July 11th.
Oh, that's awesome.
So my dad.
That's awesome.
My dad said we'll see what happens July, but based on what happens, we could catch a Conor fight, and his next fight would. All of Conor's fights is just going to be in Vegas, no doubt. Vegas or New York, but probably going to be Vegas because it's the biggest. Conor would never be making no event in Jacksonville, Florida, bro. Right. That just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So my dad's like, yo, listen, because my dad buys my tickets. Yeah, all right, whatever. We could try to catch a fight if you want. I was like, yeah, that'd be sick. Or I said, Francis Ngannou versus John Jones. I'm just gonna toss that out there, but that's another massive one. So,
right.
But yeah, we're definitely going to another one for sure.
Florida,
you have to go, bro.
I know. I'm.
You would love it there.
This whole podcast, I want to create like a consumption and creation. Like I want to do events. I want to go to events. I want to do these things, and I want to talk about it.
I'm telling you, you would love it. You would love it there, dude.
For sure.
Yeah, the walkouts was crazy. Even fighters that you're not necessarily even a fan of, you're excited to see. Like,
right.
Dude, that's crazy. Because seeing Joe Rogan live or seeing Dana White live, that dude's built like a tank live. First of all.
Which one, Dana White?
Dana White.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy.
This
guy is on SARMs now. This guy.
Is he really?
No, I don't know. But he looks like he's on something for sure. How big he got. Yeah, it's just weird seeing everybody live. I got to see Colby Covington live, even though he wasn't fighting. That's like one of my favorite fighters.
Right.
I got to see a lot of people, dude. Yeah.
MGK.
When he was walking down the aisle, I was like, oh, dude, that's MGK and Megan Fox.
They're bringing punk music back, like early 2000s, like Blink 182.
Yeah, it's funny, back. Dude. I actually have a couple songs that was like that. I haven't released anything. I haven't released anything since September, bro.
I would love if you released some punk music.
I have a ton of stuff, dude. I have all genres except for like country. I mean, I have heavy metal.
Come on, you can't do a little bit of this.
Yeah, no.
I took her back on the down road.
Yeah, I don't be singing no country because I feel like I'd be such a poser. But
right.
No, but yeah, they
it's
are
like
bringing
doing ghetto rap. It's like okay,
I can't pull it.
Like
it's just if I can't fake it. I'm a fan of it.
Some music has like culture attached to it, and other music's like come all, do all. Like, indie music's one of those things, like indie folk. It's like we accept anybody, like make music, just have this vibe to it, like. But culture or
there's
country
other
and rap, like you can't just.
There's other genres that's like especially it depends on what you're rapping about.
Yeah.
Like Logic can rap about a whole plethora of things,
gang related.
Yeah, because he's right. Growing up for him being biracial, and then also just because he's not necessarily rapping about things that are hard. He's just. Well, first of all, yes, he does rap about like suicide or depression or anxiety, whatever it might be for him. But he doesn't play it like how everyone else does. I guess you can look at J. Cole, another biracial guy. It's just
great.
They play exactly
their character
how they are. Yeah, they're not. They don't fake anything. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you have these guys like NBA YoungBoy and that kind of rap where
I
don't like that.
That's
music,
how they live, though.
Yeah.
Right?
That's like truly them. So when like. Say a kid from a local kid in town that I went to high school with that like played lacrosse, and then he started, hey, I'm gonna shoot you in the. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's weird.
Like you aren't gonna shoot anybody. Like you don't have a gun. Like
no,
I don't condone any of that, but like
at least live it.
If you're gonna rap about it,
maybe he did though. Maybe he shot a guy.
Hey, man.
No, actually, someone got shot at Sam's Club though recently.
Or where? What?
Here in Claremont, I guess that's what Camden said.
Why?
I don't know.
Damn.
I have no clue.
Killed?
Pull it up. No, I don't think so.
Club.
No, I don't think killed. But yeah, dude, I never made music and faked it or anything. Usually, if anybody hears my stuff, they're like, okay, yeah, it's not.
It's you. It's your character.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
That's the thing. Like when I like to mess around with music, I didn't have a sound, and that's why I stepped away from it. Yeah. Because I think it's dumb not to try it if you like have some sort of musical sense to you. Mm-hmm. But like I tried it, and I was like, I don't really have a sound. I'm like, I'm just copying. I could probably find a sound. Like,
you find it by copying others. Yeah,
true.
You do.
Building off of idols and whatnot.
For sure.
But for me, I'm like, damn, I just don't have this creative sense. And so I backed off. But like with stuff like this, like the podcast and like videography and stuff, like I have a creative sense for this. And so I practice it.
Sure. No, this looks great.
You got to start releasing music.
Yeah,
bro.
It's been a while. I was at school last night and I was talking with my friend. I was like, yeah, it's been a while. Will I ever? I don't know. I'm just more focused on. I'm more focused on like. Even though I need to release videos on YouTube. Can you record stuff with GoPro post on YouTube? Would that come out good?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a GoPro, but
if it records 1080 at 30 frames, it's good to go.
Yeah, because I want to start posting videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Not like the regular Gymshark fitness videos. It's gonna be stuff that's just me. That's just raw.
Your character, just like music.
Yeah.
Have your own sound, have your own look, your own video.
Little aesthetic in that way. But yeah, I've been just working on my fitness goals, which then translates to me helping other people, and then workout program and whatnot, stuff like that. I've not done anything music wise, but there's always ideas there for sure.
Do you use TikTok at all?
Barely. I don't use it like I should.
Same. I don't really use it, but I'll scroll on it for like 5 minutes a day, and I'll like it a lot, and then I'll get off like, no, don't enjoy this.
I don't even go on TikTok to say, hey, let me go see what's on TikTok. I'm tired of all the dance challenges.
Yeah.
Of everything.
Yeah. If you hold down on the middle of the screen and a menu will pop up, just say do not show again or do not like or something.
Yeah.
And it will really tailor your For You page for like, you'll see fitness stuff, you'll see the stuff you enjoy, like Vine type videos. Like, but anyways, I see a lot of fitness people go on TikTok and do these quick little, like 20-second
tutorial
like,
stuff.
Hey, like,
want a big chest?
Right.
Do these exercises.
And it's not just bullshit like bro science. Like they have a lot of really good like slip in there like.
That's true. I've seen that stuff. It's just hard sometimes, even though it's a good idea. If I see a lot of people doing it, I usually just don't do it.
Saturated.
I don't know. I'm like, I'm not, because there's a lot of Gymshark type of people. I just call them the Gymshark people. They go to the gym. There's nothing wrong wearing Gymshark. I know you're wearing some shorts that have the shark on it. I don't judge you.
Taking my shorts off right now. You're like, what are you doing?
No, I don't care if anyone wears that. There's a lot of people that will make those videos and they'll post the same stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to just post that.
But they're not really I see a lot of people.
Nothing wrong with them.
There's nothing wrong with. You can do whatever you want. I mean, freedom down to its core. But like, when people post like
until I get my hands on you
workout video until you got wrist control.
I didn't even know you knew that.
Yeah, I know some things, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, maybe we'll.
You ever do wrestling matches with the boys on your vacation trips?
I wrestled this guy that knew Austin Edmonton.
I think I know him.
I was about to wrestle him actually at a little get together, and this really big guy came. He's like, "I'll wrestle you," like a football player. And I was like, "Okay, yeah, do him first." Austin kicked this guy. Like, he's like, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. I'm like, I'm not really even that big. So, like, So he wrestled this guy, and he bloodied his nose, like, just from, not on purpose. Like, he's a clean wrestler. Austin, like, was a great wrestler. And I'm so glad I had him go first. Because there was people watching. People were drunk. I would have been that one guy that, like,
oh, dude, Brent just got handled.
Yeah, dude, you see the Snapchat from last night?
I was talking about, like, with Camden or Angel or any of those people from that group.
Yeah, the good bros.
Yeah. No matches, no nothing.
Oh, match with them?
Yeah.
Would I wrestle them?
No, have you?
No.
Look, I can set you. No. Look, I have a schedule. I can set you up. 50 match. Your first one.
Okay.
Your first one's Camden. That's gonna be easy money. Yeah. That's easy money.
Build up my undefeated record.
That's easy money, bro. Yeah, don't worry, bro.
Yeah, I actually thought about doing like a.
Well, that'd be kind of funny.
Claremont YouTube boxing match.
No, I was legit thinking stuff like that. But if I was gonna do that, it'd have to be MMA. I wouldn't do boxing. I'd have to say, if you verse me, it's gonna be all.
Is there a licensing? Like, do you have to have like contracts and stuff when it comes down to like hosting an MMA event? Because people are killing people.
Killing? Where?
Hey man, you land on your. You slam. You know what I'm saying? An illegal slam, and somebody lands on their neck, like, and they're dead. And it's like, damn, that was this YouTube video in the backyard we were making, and now we're all in trouble.
If it's for that, then I understand the boxing. But I'm just talking about people who aren't going to intentionally. I'm not going to throw somebody on their head.
Yes, you are, on accident.
I'll knock their head off. That's what I'll try. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna DDT them, bro. But that'd be right. Clean and jerk or something. Yeah. Slam. Dude, that'd be kind of sick though. If you had like a little space, like a little octagon,
right,
or a little makeshift ring, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
and you just get a bunch of people. You could promote it on here. You actually could.
It's something I'm heavily thinking of is
if you do boxing, you do boxing.
I'd want to be. It'd probably be boxing just because
a little safer than slamming people.
And plus, people just would.
I get you.
There would be like too much beef within actual like fighting. Like,
oh, I'd be going for elbows and knees.
Yeah. Would you box in the event if I hosted one? What's your weight? What weight would you fight at?
It'd be hard to say no.
What weight would you fight at?
I'm 188 right now.
188?
Uh-huh.
Is that the weight you'd want to fight at, or would you want to drop a little bit or gain a little bit? We're starting this right now.
I'm cutting no weight for no backyard brawl. No, I can cut no weight for no backyard brawl.
Okay. So you'd fight at 190? Would you be cool with that? I can find a guy at 190 that's
bro.
Like half your
I
size,
don't know, bro.
Same weight.
It'd be fun. Would I do it? I don't know. I definitely, if I was going to do anything, I'd definitely want several months of training. Yeah, even on top of what I do.
It would all be good fun.
That would be so fun though, bro. If you just threw like a little party, maybe it's like
let's do the Mineola City Hall, bro.
$3 a ticket, whatever.
They used to do that WXW. It was like a WWE.
Oh yeah, remember that? That's it. I would see it on the side of the road. Yeah, bro. I know what you're talking about.
We could do it at the Mineola.
But I think that would have to be like sanctioned, like, or you'd have to have a license for that. Right. For sure. If you want to do it Kimbo Slice style, we go to Angel's house because he has the cage around the place.
Oh yeah, he's got chickens too, right?
That's okay. Leave him. Leave him. Leave him. It's backyard brawl. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm having Angel on the podcast.
Yeah.
He's the last
Tell him that
this
idea.
month. Yeah.
Tell him that idea.
I'm excited.
Backyard brawl.
No, he's a Fortnite YouTuber / brother that me and him both have known for a long time.
He'd use my songs on his montages.
Oh yeah.
So it all tying together.
I met you through Angel.
Yeah.
I met you at his house, I think.
Yeah, dude. I say this to Camden. I say this to everybody. Out of all the Angel's friends and every single friend that I met through Angel at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
When I first met you and Camden and Josmar and whoever, I was like,
Were you skeptical or?
Yeah. I was like, I don't like these guys. So I wasn't going to hang around them. But then the more and more I hung out with you guys, I was like, okay, these guys are fine. Like you and Camden.
I don't blame you at all because back then we were like 15 or 16 years old and
Yeah, I just didn't know. Yeah. I was just like, nah, I don't know. Are they fake? I don't know.
No new friends? No.
Nah, I just don't hang out with anybody. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know who these guys are.
I keep
but
those close to me extremely close, but I keep those around me at a radius.
At a
I don't push people
distance.
away. Yeah. I don't push anybody away because I believe in networking and I believe anybody has the potential to be like a good friend of mine. But so like I never block anybody out unless they're truly. There's
toxic.
Bad people out there, man. There's bad people. I hear stories and decisions where I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't.
Like whether it be like cheating or like just talking shit or
not training their neck
or hit and run, not training their neck.
Come on,
I can't even do that, bro. Like, how do you even do the wing?
Dude, my traps are super sore. I can't do it full mode right now. My traps are so sore. I was doing shrugs with like 315.
And I'll give you a scoop of beta-alanine real quick.
I'm good. I don't want none of that.
Bro, people take pre-workout every single day before their lift. There's so many stimulants in there. Like, do these things have long-term effects? Are these tested?
All I know is
2,000 milligrams of beta-alanine every single day. Like, that doesn't have a long-term effect on you after 5 years of usage. You know what I mean? Like, is this tested?
If it's not natural, I just don't take it.
Right.
Straight up. So the only things I take is creatine, which is natural. That's found in steaks. That's found in beef.
Right. SARMs.
Yeah, no. You say that, people will believe it. I knew it.
Got them.
I knew that.
Got him.
Branched chain amino acids. That's it. Creatine, branched chain amino acids. That's it.
Wait. What type of amino acids? Say it again.
Branched chain amino acids.
Chain?
Yeah, it's by Extend. So
gotcha.
Extend. It is the what flavor is that? Is it like a blueberry flavor? No, it's the ice flavor. It's like the red, white, and blue popsicles that you'd have as a kid.
Ooh!
Oh
good. My God, those were good. Actually, no, I had one like a year ago because I found it and I bought some. I think it was when I was in Gainesville doing
Sucking
school.
on the popsicle, yeah.
I was I tried it and I'm like, this is not what I remember it to be. I was pretty upset.
You got it all wrong though.
Why?
You need to get the SpongeBob ice cream.
Oh,
The one with the eyes, dude. That one smacked.
The racetrack in Groveland area.
It has it?
They have them.
Those are so good.
Yeah.
Those
Eating
are so
the
good.
eyeballs, bro.
Yeah, bro. Those are good. Those were smack, dude.
We'll have to do a YouTube video where you and I just go sit down and eat ice cream.
Yeah, review. Yeah. You definitely
hold hands.
I would love though, going back, dude. That boxing idea would be so funny. You just have to get you just have to get a whole thing. It'd be funny if we could like make a belt or something.
Yeah. Maybe a SpongeBob popsicle.
Nah, we got to put respect on the name.
It's like an actual thing that like stays intact. Like
yeah.
What's it called? What do they put on dead people to keep them like normal?
I have no clue.
Fermentation or something like that. I don't.
So they don't like. So you can see them in an open casket.
Right,
Is that what we're saying?
Right. Do that to the popsicle.
I'm saying this. Screw that idea. We get like a WWE style belt, and then we just put our own bedazzle on it.
We could probably find this on Amazon right now, bro.
Check it out.
Yeah, I would be into doing that, seriously, because with this podcast, I'm trying to do...
But what if we were the fight promoters? Who would we want? I think I want to see Camden. I'd like to see Camden.
I'd like to get some people like... I don't know who'd be the main card. You know what I mean? I'd love to be the main card, but then again, that's a lot of responsibility.
Camden Silvestris.
Versus Angel Perez. What should I type in? Fighting belt or world champion belt or something?
Yes, exactly.
Just show me a bunch of lifting belt. Oh, here we go.
Replica world champion belt. Okay.
Yeah, we could find easily. Amazon is where it's at. Look at this guy. Yeah, all of these are awesome. Oh, here's the one they used in...
Go up for a second. Probably would hit him with one of these world champion belt. It doesn't champion of what? You don't know. So that's perfect. It doesn't say WWE. Well, right, of the world.
I'm feeling this.
Check this guy out. What is this?
It's normal belts, bro.
Go back for
Fit it on them.
Yeah. Go back for a second. What is this, Dracula?
Bro, I don't know what this guy... It looks like Camden.
Kinda does.
Bro, this guy pulls up to the function. What are you doing?
Zoom up on the belt for a second. I'd lay his candy ass out.
It looks plastic, though.
Well, of course, bro. It's $10.99.
It's $11.
Yeah.
It's $11. It comes with the gloves, too. It's like a Halloween costume.
Could hit him with one of those, bro.
Yeah, man. Damn, he got knocked out. You told me this guy won?
Yeah, hey, dude.
That's a black eye, man.
Check the gloves out. I love how the gloves are barely any. They have no size for boxing gloves.
They're deflated.
Yeah,
they're deflated.
You need to inflate them.
Oh my gosh! So I guess this YouTube Claremont Orlando boxing match is gonna happen maybe.
Have you seen the stuff where they'll do like a bare knuckle or not bare knuckle? It's called a street beefs, where they'll do MMA matches.
You're watching, or what does he say? Fighting, or
I know what you're talking about.
He says something at the beginning every single
time. It's always a catchphrase.
Street beefs.
Yeah,
he says something. You know,
look it up. Look it up if you want.
You're watching, or
you have an issue, deal in the cage like a man.
Yeah, I like what they promote.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna pull this up for the audio.
And they'll literally have. Let's see.
Free advertisement. Here you go. He says something. Street beefs, gummy. This is. God, man, let's have some fun.
Okay, they go right into it.
Gosh, just out here to have a good time. What's going on?
Wait, what the hell?
What's going on? This isn't even the guy though. They say something. I don't know. You're working late, and so no, that's Mike Malag. No, I think you see that matchup right there? What kind of matchup was that? That was so weird.
I'm only.
But people watch that, you know.
Yeah.
You just knock on
nothing. I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, man. We'll see what happens.
If you're going toe to toe, and I respect him for coming into the cage.
Yeah.
What weight would you be going at?
Ooh, I would cut like 15. Because right now I got a little blubber on me.
Okay.
Because I like to have a little fat on me because I feel like I have more energy. You see what I'm saying?
Well, how much you weigh?
Right now I'm probably like 201, 202.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably cut down because I want to be
stout
fast.
185.
Yeah, I'd probably be 185.
Mm-hmm.
What's your weight?
You'd be in my class, boy.
That's
You'd
right.
be in my class, boy.
Main event.
All right. All right, MMA match, bro. You got it.
It's like Ben Askren versus Jake Paul. Like,
yeah, dude, that'd be
that
funny.
athletic dad bod versus.
Dude, those boxing matches would be fun though. Like it's when I never had like friends because anytime.
Oh, you never had friends?
No, not like that. I never had friends that I do like play boxing matches or sparring or anything like with them.
Right.
Because I never did because I was like, I'm just afraid it'd be taken a little too far. I've just never done that. So if I was to ever do anything, yeah. Not that if I walked into a gym and they know how to spar, then okay, we're good.
Yeah.
But usually it's just
professional, you know?
Yeah, usually you just have to worry about the guy who doesn't know a limit or who's throwing way too hard.
Right.
So
you know Nick Iannati?
Yeah.
I did a body shots only sparring session with him in my front yard.
Yeah.
And you know how he's short and stout?
Okay.
Like he's what?
It was only
5'5".
body shots?
Only body shots.
Come on, bro.
I didn't want to get cut. We didn't have any mouth guards. You know what I'm saying?
How'd it go for you?
You
win?
It was even. Nobody was like, oh, I can't go anymore. But we just kept going in on each other. But he's so short and stout. He'd like get in on me and get really close. And I'd be like, oh.
Yeah,
yeah, there was a moment where I'm like, this is getting serious. Like, he hit me twice good in like the ribs. And I was like, yeah, like I'm punching as hard as I can at this point.
Now,
this is not sparring.
It gets to swinging.
Yeah, I'm trying to drop
Dude,
this
body
guy.
only is lame if you're just doing boxing because you can't punch the legs. You already know he's going to hit. You could just do this, bro. What is that?
Yeah. Well, it was like a light sparring to where we would go to the face, but it would just be like a
touch.
Kind of like a dance, you know?
Yeah, bro.
Maybe a touch.
I'd need MMA.
But
I'd need everything.
Like doing a right hand over the top straight to the button, bro. Like I wasn't doing that. But.
Boxing would be fun, but MMA is where it's at for me.
For sure.
I'd be throwing in everything.
Yeah.
Do I know everything? Hell no.
You ever watch UFC 3?
UFC 3, the first, like one of the first events ever. UFC 3.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like it's one guy's wearing wrestling shoes, one guy's wearing like a jiu-jitsu gi? Because they'd mix it up like that. That's back before they had to.
I think it was
just wear the shorts.
There was like a 400-pound guy.
Yeah, they wouldn't have.
Versus this karate guy. And
yeah,
the karate guy won. I don't know how, but
they didn't have any weight limit. You could wear like wrestling shoes if you wanted, or you could wear
steel toe
jiu-jitsu gi. You would wear the steel toe boots, bro.
Cerrone.
Dude, if it was back then, I would just roll up in some tactical boots.
Yeah.
Camo cargo shorts.
Oh god.
Tank top.
Camo cargo shorts.
And a dog chain. I'd be rolling tough right there. Yeah. Tough.
Oh my god. Last time you were on the podcast, we talked a little bit about David Lade. And I mean that group of lifters.
Yeah.
We talked about his friend Casey, how he was using SARMs or something.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So David Lade's
if
been
they're
making,
friends still.
I don't know if they are. I haven't seen Casey kind of dropped off the map, I think, or whatever his name is.
Well, he got dropped from Gymshark when that happened. Yeah.
So
even though all of the Gymshark athletes are on SARMs.
Yeah.
Is what it be.
I was watching because David Lade's been making content again, and he's a really good videographer. He's not just a fitness guy. So I kind of envy his work because he makes his stuff like a movie. You see this B-roll?
Yeah.
But real quick, the reason I'm pulling this up is, you know how David's been having that shoulder injury over and over again?
I haven't, but I could probably tell you. I could probably tell you why.
Well, let's see. I got to find this.
Was he explaining it?
Man, this is going to be another bad injury we're showing on this podcast.
Oh, really?
Doing the front double bicep in the mirror, and
well, hold up.
My shoulders feel slightly unstable, and then it just popped right out
Listen
of
to
the
this.
socket. And actually recorded the clip. You can't see me because the camera wasn't pointed at me. We hear the
Listen to
audio.
this.
Play it right here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's not real, bro.
That's real.
Right out of its socket.
Listen.
And actually recorded the clip. You can't see me because the camera wasn't pointed at me. We hear the audio. I'm gonna play it right here.
Dude, that's not real.
That's that sounds like a submission taken too far. That is bad.
Dude, that sounds like two pieces of wood getting clapped together.
Yeah, poor guy. See, guys, this is what growing muscle too quick rather than the right way.
Because your tendons don't catch up.
That's the thing is these things are later on. This is going to come down the road for you.
Bro.
When you're...
That's awful.
Wow. I remember when skinny David Lade is benching like 395.
It was
reps.
made normal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how is this guy doing this?
Yeah. And then
it's catching up to them, man. Like
it sets up all like other people. Like, and I've played the game of like, I kind of keep comparing, contrast myself with this guy at this age, this and that. But I was like, I don't care. It's the numbers game. Yeah. It's whatever. As long as you're just getting stronger every workout, then you're fine.
Right.
So yeah, that injury happened. I'm not sure what lift specifically, but yeah, if you're getting stronger, if you're growing muscle faster at the rate than you're growing your tendons, then you're gonna get snapped up. That happens just because you're on steroids. So when you're on steroids, your muscles grow dramatically, but your tendons don't grow at the same rate. So if you have skinny little small dainty pansy pencil necks tendons, right? And then your muscles are like the Hulk, then when you're lifting heavy like that one guy who was going to go for a 1 rep max and incline, I've never seen nobody 1 rep max and incline.
Yeah.
And his pector, that's
Are you talking about the video I think of?
With Larry Wheels was spotting him.
Larry Wheels was spotting the guy.
That happens just because when you're on steroids, your muscles are going to grow faster than your tendons.
Pec tear.
And especially if you're working out like a bodybuilder, when you do lift heavy, although David Lade lifts or used to relatively heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was so obvious that, I mean, these guys were on gear, but us, is what it is. They still know what they're talking about, but yeah.
Lifting vault. Today I want to predict on a printer when expensive
Yeah, I just saw a snapshot of that.
Okay.
And this guy, and the guy who's benching it is massive too, so you could definitely think, okay, he might be able to snag this, but here it is.
Oh! See?
But it's impressive. There was another guy on the other side spotting it.
Right.
But they're just kind of casually holding it up. Like, I'm surprised Larry didn't just totally Joe forward. That's how many pounds is that? Is that in the fives? Or is that 495? What is that?
3, 4, 5. I think that's 5 plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5 plates, I think.
And this guy's wearing toe shoes.
Oh, no. Have you ever done monkey toes?
What?
You put your fingers between your toes.
Monkey toes.
You know what? It's hilarious.
Does it separate them? What are you talking about?
Have you ever put your finger between your toes to where it like stretches them out a little bit?
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know what you're referring to.
It makes it feel like, I don't know if there's science behind this. Of course, it's stretching, so it probably helps a little bit. But like when you do lunges and stuff, like it helps with your balance because your toes, not those shoes, fuck those shoes. But I'll like stretch out my toes in the shower before I'll be sitting alone in my shower, like cross-legged, with my fingers between my toes.
Oh my gosh, Brant.
And then I'll start like beep, boop, bap, beep.
Yeah, I'm sure you do that. You're just, dude, that's some of the weirdest crap I've ever heard.
It stretches your toes out and it makes it feel like you're more stable. Like
I know the toe spacers that women use when they're getting their nails painted. Right?
Oh god, yeah, that's weird.
So no, that's the equivalent.
See, this is for like growth and fitness.
That's the equivalent.
That ain't self-care.
No one does toe exercises or stretches for fitness.
Do you like pedicures, bro? Have you gotten a pedicure?
I wouldn't be against it.
Pedicures
I just haven't got one.
Good.
I need them, bro, because although I keep my nails trimmed and whatnot, my toes I keep those trimmed too. But they look like I've been through a rainforest or two. So.
Oh, okay. What you're saying is you got gout.
Yeah, no, I got no gout, but I definitely have some calluses I probably need to work out, grind down.
I'm 3 weeks into, the knees over toe guy.
I've heard of this clown. What's this guy about?
Yeah, you know what? I was like, I don't have knee problems, but I've always been wanting to strengthen my knees because of these traumatic injuries and stuff that I see like basketball players have. Because I still play basketball. I still play competitively. I really enjoy it.
Oh, dude. If we should just make a basketball league. All right, I'll go back to what you said.
There's a basketball league here in Claremont.
I'm just saying with the boys, though.
Oh, yeah, like a little YouTube. We could record.
3v3s.
Oh, yeah, we could do 3v3s. But we could also, like, join the actual Claremont league and, like,
no,
record.
Camden, no. All right. All right, you got me.
So I've been doing this for 3 weeks.
All right.
It's a lot of just how it sounds. Your knee goes over your toe in a lot of different exercises. I don't know if you've ever seen people do like the polygon. You've seen me in the gym doing this stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And doing like, I'll put my hands behind my back and I'll let my knees go forward. And then I'll let my knees touch near the ground. And then I'll squat back up all on my toes. That makes sense. It's hard to get a visual. But yeah, my legs are stronger. Like my joints, my knees, my ankles. It's a lot of different work, but like I'm more stable. Like you push me, like I'm not gonna fall over unless it's a sucker push. You know,
we could
sucker punch.
Try it.
Yeah, let's flip the camera around.
If you push me, there's no way I'm gonna tumble over. My knee strength is much too superior. For
you ever seen those videos where the people are falling for like 25 seconds and they're like
over dramatic? So what do you do with this knee over toes type of program? What does this entail? Was this every day?
It's a warm up. I do it as a warm up. It's something you can do every day. It's not super taxing. It's more so like unusual movements.
I was gonna say, if you're blowing out your central nervous system doing knee training, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah. My CNS doesn't take too big of a hit with it because it's more of like going through the motions.
I was gonna say,
kind of like a pregame little
it won't
jitter, you know, like it's nice. But some people just do that. I'm like, bro, what the hell? You're gonna get fat weird. Doing just that.
I haven't seen. I've seen like one of his videos, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, all these years of knee pain, I've done this, and I'm taken care of now." So, ooh,
damn,
heard that? That was right.
That sounds like David Lade's shoulder.
That's
bro.
Some ASMR right there.
Oh, you know what's funny is this is the exact workout I think I was talking about.
Oh, I know Mark Bell. Oh, okay.
Oh God, why is he wearing like Hanes underwear? Let's see here.
This is one goofy looking dude.
See, this is exactly what I've been doing. Right there. Yeah. Not that. Not all that.
No, that's exactly what you do.
That's in the future. But you see that, like.
Why did I catch you doing that in your room before I came into the podcast, bro?
Oh man, but it's like weird movements like that. For me, it's not as taxing because I've always been kind of like durable. Like I'm strong enough to like support my own weight. But for somebody who doesn't really, isn't into fitness, jumping straight to doing something like that is just like.
I can tell you, this guy loves long walks on the beach and yoga for sure.
Yeah. Kind of looks like Camden. God, there's like 3 people.
A little bit. Kind of does look like Camden. Yeah, I've seen some of that guy's material. I haven't like ever clicked on it.
Yeah.
I haven't ever clicked on it, but yeah, no. If that's helping knee,
knee
Joe
pain, Rogan's
joint
doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
I heard Joe Rogan talk about it on one of his podcasts. With he had somebody on. I think maybe it was Ronnie Coleman or somebody who's really, really big into fitness, but. He was advocating for this knees over toe guy, so I'll check it out, and I'll do one of his programs. And yeah, I notice.
Did you have to pay for it?
I paid $25. I feel kind of bad because I plagiarized his program. It's a $25 monthly installment, I believe. But I copped it, and then I just wrote everything down, and then I deleted the subscription. Well,
do what you got. I'm sure he probably thought people would be doing that in the first place. At least you paid. But no, I haven't.
Yeah.
I could probably see how that could help though.
Yeah.
I saw him doing some dunking. That guy looks like he's like what 5'10", 5'11". So I guess that even could raise your vertical.
No, he's got a crazy vert. That's the whole thing. Is it's kind of tailored for like basketball players.
Yeah.
And also people who are post surgery.
Yeah.
But I do kind of want to jump into a weird topic.
Jump into it.
I like to do some odd end things real quick.
I don't care. Whatever question you got.
So I'm taking microbiology. I read this in my textbook.
Waste of a time. No, I'm kidding.
This is one sentence from my textbook. I wanted to include it today. I want to get your rap. The analysis of gene sequences shows that all life forms on Earth, including humans and other animals, plants, and microbes, share a common ancestral cell. Meaning, everything that is living this is from their science of it, has derived from an ancestral cell.
Okay. Meaning?
Bullshit or...
You explain to me then.
So a single cell, there's a cell that has mitochondria, ribosomes. It's kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, so, okay, where did this ancestral cell come from? That's my first question when I hear this. Like, who dropped this off? Somebody just said here. And then how come... There's so many variations of life. Like, compare us to a worm.
Okay. Our
organ systems, our eyes, our brains, our mouths. Everything's so different from a single ancestral cell. Our necks. Like, how has things derived from a single cell? And what they'll say is it's evolution
Depends on what you believe. That, and the reason
Right,
why
right.
I asked you, what do you believe, is just because sometimes, and it really depends, but one, I believe in God. One, I believe in Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Two, it depends on what you get your information from.
Right. Real quick, believing this, do you think you can't believe in God if you believe that we all derive from an ancestral cell?
But what does an ancestral cell mean, though, specifically? Does it
I
mean
wish I
that?
had the-
What's that mean
I
specifically?
guess it
I
just
don't know.
means that slowly gene sequences have changed to create these different life forms in order to succeed in the ecosystem they're in.
So meaning that we
Kinda like
adapted over time.
Right. And
So-
this one ancestral cell in different ecosystems has different adaptations. Real quick, something that's really interesting that I read is that sharks were on this earth before trees were.
Okay.
That's crazy. There were sharks swimming in the blue
It
before
all-
there was even plant like a tree.
It all depends on, once again, as like what I said, what do you believe in? Because if you don't have a foundation and then you're just throwing in all these materials, then there's a lot of questions that you're going to have.
Right.
My foundation is, I believe in God. Yes, I believe in Jesus and the Bible. So my foundation is already there. I already know it's true. I don't care what anyone else believes in. That's all power to them. That's okay with me. So when you talk about ancestral cell or whatever, anything that can adapt, I mean, let's put it this way. If you go in Alaska from Florida and you live in Alaska, over time, your blood will, get thinner or thicker? Which, I don't know
Thinner
what
or
term.
thicker, yeah.
Yeah,
One or the
you'll
other.
adapt. You'll
Right.
adapt to that. Does that mean just from that small thing that that we all share the same cell? Like, how do I explain this? That everything over time just adapts? Doesn't mean that we're constantly evolving. No. And this is my thing with evolution. If anyone believes in evolution, why don't I see a half man, half ape right now?
Right.
Why don't I see anybody evoluting currently?
Right.
So there's those things. It's like, okay, well, it's clearly not done because there's chimps and they're just dying as chimps. So
Right. Like, why
I don't believe in that.
why are they still here when we came from them?
Evolution. I mean,
You
if
know?
you look up evolution in Darwin's theory, it actually stemmed from racism. If you look in his book of
Wow.
everything, what he described as,
Yeah.
how he described black people,
Uh-huh.
he tried to say black people were lesser, yada yada, and that,
Jesus Christ.
and the white man was better. So yeah, if you want to bring it back to that, it's absolutely 100% whack.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
stupid
yeah.
in the first place. It's racist. I don't believe in any of
Yeah.
that. But once again, it just comes off as what your foundation is, what you believe in.
Right,
So
right.
I was going to say sometimes you'll have textbooks or you'll have schools that have certain agendas. There's been people who say they believe in God and they don't believe what their textbook says about evolution in college. And they get kicked out of university.
I have a weird way of approaching this because for me, I'm a health science major. So I've learned a lot about things down to the molecular and cellular level. And learning about these things has actually drawn me closer because we can define, we create these words for these things. And it's actually, learning about it has made me realize it's more magic than it's not. When I say magic, I don't mean like, ooh, poofy poof. I mean like, there's something behind the curtains that's like, okay, so you're telling me this potassium is attracted to this, but where's that medium of attraction? Like, why? It always leaves you with that question, like, why? So learning these things and digging into science, and the more science I learn of what they try to explain, actually draws me closer to the understanding of something I don't know.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Jordan Peterson was actually saying something like that recently.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
I
he
like
was
Jordan
actually
Peterson.
saying something like that.
Yeah.
For years, he said he didn't know if he believed in God, but he said the more I come to realize and things about science, or the more I learn, the more he's like, maybe I don't know. Maybe there's someone out there.
Exactly.
So, but once again,
Exactly.
I don't force any beliefs on anybody. It's,
Right.
It's just whatever. But yeah,
That's awesome.
for sure. I mean, you could just even bring it down to this. If a good question for anybody, why are we here in the first place? Why are we here on Earth? Why is there creation? What is your purpose? Is your purpose to live a 9-to-5 job, have a wife and 3 kids and then die? Is that it? I don't think so. Because then that would be proof of that. It's just like, that's one pointless existence. So
Right.
yeah, it's the discovery of finding something deeper
Yeah.
than
Do you
just
think it's
what we
internal?
are.
That
What?
How you bring up finding a reason of existence?
It's not internal.
Internal or external?
I think it's external more than anything too. If you want to see how our planet is aligned, if you want to see how the Earth is just the right amount of distance away from the sun and just close enough, and some of these other things about the universe, yeah, I think there's a lot of answers out there.
Yeah.
That it's not just, oh, I have to find it and meditate on this. No, there's a lot of questions that are already answered out there. Yeah.
Elon Musk, I mean, these Mars trips, and they're figuring out how to create oxygen and all these things. I mean, what's your wrap in, say, hundreds of years from now? Do you think we'll actually be having a habitat on Mars and branching off from there to other solar systems?
There's not enough oxygen on Mars to sustain us.
They're trying to figure out
other than if you had like a fraction of the people. But yeah, there's not enough. If all of us and I think Mars is smaller than Earth, right? I think it is. Yeah. So one, there's not enough oxygen, but two, actually, since I'm in welding school, I can say this. I have a guy who graduated from Lake Tech who actually works directly for Elon Musk right now. Like he
really?
talks to him, talking basis. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. But when it comes to Mars and everything, oh man, no, you'll never be able to live there. You could, but there's a reason why. There's a reason why Earth. There's a reason why there's life here on Earth.
Right.
For sure. There's
you don't
100%
think we could
reason.
create
You could make you can make a makeshift.
Yeah.
It's not going to work how the Earth does, though.
Right. But do you think we can?
It's not going to be the Mecca.
Meaning like a huge dome of mass, like I feel like we can create a greenhouse effect.
You could.
We can.
It's
create
not optimal.
Oxygen. It's not optimal. No. Do you think we could find a planet such as Earth that supports life?
People say, yeah, there's a lot of questions, but we still, out of all of our research in the universe, still don't have a planet that's just like Earth that you could sustain life. People say Mars, but no, you can't.
It's just the closest
you won't be
thing
able
to us.
Yeah.
I think they're like, yeah, that's the only thing we can reach.
But isn't that weird? You're like, man, out of all these places and life was
Yeah.
here and then we were creating, what's the reason? What's the purpose? Yeah.
It's
pretty
very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Kind of mind-boggling. Yeah. And then how vast space is.
Yeah.
Trips me out.
Do you think it's finite? You think it's finite?
Yeah.
Finite or what? Finite? Infinite?
I think
I'll just say infinite.
I think it's much too awesome, or I think it's much too big for us to comprehend.
Right.
Because they made an example of our cosmos. They went on Earth and then they zoomed out to our cosmos, and then they zoomed out to more cosmos, and then kept zooming out more and more, and it's like
creepy a little bit.
That's
like
such a for
weird
sure.
feeling.
But once again, that's why life is much more than foxtail coffee and going to the gym and maxing out on trap bar deadlifts for me, right?
Right.
So
I don't know. That's pretty great. Both those things.
No, but that's what makes life sweet.
Right.
Yeah, that's what keeps you waking up and having all these questions. Yeah, so more power to you if you think about these things and you want to find answers. Yeah,
you're a good guy.
Whatever it might be, I'm a great guy.
Okay.
Don't just say I'm a good guy, boy.
Yeah, man. You know you're the second reoccurring guest on the
am
podcast.
Shoot, I did not know that.
Yeah. First one was Ryan. He was the first two episodes.
But this is on
I guess
video.
Fernando was recurring too.
Okay.
Third
but this is
recurring.
going to be on video though, yeah?
So you're the first video.
Okay.
It looks like Dude, this is a good podcast.
Yeah.
Bro. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Now more to recap. I think one, we need to definitely set up some boxing or MMA event. I think that'd be funny.
That'd be awesome.
Or maybe join the basketball league or do something like that. Get on video and review some of the stuff. Other than that, no, man.
Where can the audience follow you? Where can they get it?
Dane Whitaker, Instagram. Dane Whitaker, SoundCloud. Dane Whitaker, Facebook. Whitaker Dane, Twitter.
Was Dane Whitaker taken on Twitter?
Yeah, it was. It was my old account. I don't even use it. It was my old account, and I forgot my password. I was like, screw it.
Oh man, I have that same trouble.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure having you on today.
Awesome, bro. Thank you, man.
Much love, man. Dope, bro.
Cut it, dude. I'm out of here.
Dude, chill, bro.